Hello, everyone! I'm not muted. Let's go. We're
Let's
back with
go.
Dungeons and Dragons. It's been a little bit. We stuff and things happened, and people were tired and busy, but we're back. We're here.
Hey.
So, hi. I have literally forgot how I normally intro these, so I'll just be like, "Hi, I'm here, joined by the lovely, the wonderful," and then I'm going to debate you all by saying, "Ravel VT."
Ah! I'm not wonderful.
Down.
Been debated.
TK Lady underscore.
Oh,
Tommy got games.
What the fuck? You usually put me last. Come on, don't
Exactly.
change it up now. How could you? I wasn't prepared for this. I was taking a sip.
And Vi Valkyrie.
The rumors of my demise have been slightly exaggerated. Slightly.
Slightly.
Yeah, you're
Slightly.
still amazing, Vivi.
Aw, that's wrong, but okay.
What do you mean? You can't just say that.
No, we love the
Oh, but it's okay for you. It's okay for you to say no. But when I say no, it's a problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I will recap what happened before. So, you had returned to Bale Hill and helped out Stephanie and whatnot, only to find out that there was a strike turning into a little bit of a riot in the warehousing district. Looking into it, you talked with Xander and Sven and found out that most of it's down to Sir Cole, as he's refusing to pay his workers until the exports are once again resumed, as General Xander put a hold on the exports, mainly from Skydock, but also put checkpoints at the entrances and exits to the city, and has been carefully checking anything that comes in and out. You decided to look into this and contact Lady Fia to arrange a meeting with Sir Cole at his house. Something that was not easy for her to arrange, but she managed to convince him by telling him that you not only had information about the attack on the ball, but about the possibility of freeing up his exports again. You, before heading there, visited the local doctor and had a look at her potions and whatnot, and found out that Clue is in this odd state of constantly decaying and undecaying, as her cells sort of die and then are not so much reborn as just brought back from the verge of death over and over and over. You also found out that Zulil has been carrying some rather questionable meat that seemed to be human in origin, or at least humanoid, and was honestly half rotten. You decided the pertinent thing to do was go to Lucy to have her perform a ceremony and burn it, releasing a rather foul, rancid smell into the air.
Oh no.
To deal with that smell, you went to a bath before meeting up with Lady Fia and taking a carriage down to the south side of town, past the sort of slums of the city, down to the quarry, and past that to a manor that stands alone, surrounded by gates and a number of guards not dressed in usual city guard or even General Xander's guards attire. You headed inside, and Zulil, you went in invisibly and attempted to sneak around, looking for something to potentially incriminate Sir Cole.
I like the term attempted.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well.
Well, we haven't got results yet. You don't know if you haven't found anything yet. However, you successfully sneaked around the house and found an office that's seemingly in the middle of being redecorated, and next door was another office, seemingly older, where some of the furniture from this newer office is being held for the time being during the redecorating process. You didn't get to really look around very much before we ended last session. However, while Zulil was sneaking around, the rest of you went in to entertain Sir Cole for dinner and keep him busy and possibly negotiate. I don't know what exactly the plan is. If you're just trying to find dirt on him, or if you're actually trying to negotiate or figure something out. Up to you guys, really. But you basically just started the dinner as they brought food and wine in, and more or less you're told that he didn't want to do dinner until, sorry, he didn't want to do business until dinner had been served and you all had drinks. And that's basically where we left off. I think, sorry?
No, I was about to say, I'll be honest, I also don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's bold of you to assume we had a plan.
We didn't.
I mean, this was your idea. You guys said you wanted to have dinner with him.
So I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Would we all be at full health right now, or no?
Pretty sure, yeah. You haven't really been in a fight.
Because like almost all my spell slots are gone, but I can't remember if we did anything.
Oh, we full rested, so you should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Tori
Probably just
did
my bad.
use one for the invisibility spell.
Yeah, you
Um,
did use an
True,
invisibility. Yeah, I think you also use sending, but that would be the parchment.
Yeah. Okay, actually, it's not letting me do anything. What the hell is going on?
Are you logged in?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me check.
It's just like every time I touch it, it's like it won't even let me add spells. having
Give me
small
1
meltdown.
second. I will just double check. Alright.
I do refresh.
No. Yeah, here. View can edit. It says can edit TK Lady and TK Lady _
Can't edit.
Can edit.
Oh.
So it should be working.
Well, I just
come
tried
and
to
edit it.
refresh it. Now it's not loading. I'll if I can't sort it out, I'll let you know. I'll just.
Okay.
It might be my PC.
Maybe. Let me know if it keeps being an issue.
Okay, thank you.
So, as you guys, as we left off, you were just, beginning dinner with Sir Cole, and I think we'll hop in there and then, jump back to Zulil after a little bit. So, I hear that you have some news, something about the attack on the ball?
Yeah?
What? Yes. Yeah, I think I was talking to him last time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't jump in there. I was like,
Sorry.
okay, this is kind of
No.
Tori's thing.
Just so you know, it's definitely my character because I've got other characters on Dice Cloud and they're loading just fine, and Tori's PC is just blank.
That's incredibly strange. You are logged in as TK Lady
I'm
or
logged
TK Lady
in.
_ right?
Yeah, I'm logged in. That's why I've got my other characters. It's just coming up blank, and I'm freaking out.
Can you
Let's
give
reopen
me
it
your
again.
email and I'll try and put can edit for that?
Yeah. Just don't tell anyone what it is.
I will not.
Doxing myself for Tori.
Apologies, everyone. I want to get this sorted
Yeah,
out for
no
TK.
problem. I was literally looking through it was all fine, and then I just tried to give my spells back, and it had a meltdown, and I can't.
It said no.
It said no spells for you. Go back to bed.
So you're a sorcerer. You don't need.
Oh my god, my
spells.
character's gone now.
Oh my god, that went weird. I tried to remove the previous ones because it wasn't working, and it's freaking out. It is freaking the hell out.
I don't have it now. I have no toy.
Oh no.
It's not
Tori has been deleted from the timeline.
I'm actually scared right now.
So, Slidish, it's fucked up on my end as well now?
Oh
What's
god.
wrong with
Oh
Tori?
no.
What is happening here? That's not correct. It's like removed your sheet now.
What?
I removed your
Wait, what?
permissions and it's now gone from my list of characters and won't load for me either.
No.
No, I just removed the can edit. I didn't remove the sheet.
Oh my god.
It's just
I
gone.
should have made a
gone.
copy. I should have made a copy. Mistakes have been made.
No.
The fuck?
Oh no.
Tori, no!
Where's it gone? It's literally just
Tori.
disappeared from my list.
Like, LJ gets added to the artwork, and then the
Wait,
character
wait.
just died.
I think I
I'm
got
now
it back.
LJ.
I got it back,
Oh.
maybe?
Oh, you got it back?
I opened it from my bookmark again, and it's opened in the list, and I can see the sheet again.
Screenshot everything.
I'm gonna download a backup right now. I'm gonna do that first of all. There's just a
Just keep breathing.
Panic, slight panic.
Tori, no.
Okay, let me try and re-add your email for a second. Can edit.
Keep breathing.
Share.
Deep breaths.
Did not
I need a
add
paperback.
any. User not found.
TK is going for
Oh, let me
emergency
just-
path on.
I'm gonna resend you the link just in case that somehow makes it work.
Okay. Clicking link. I have Tori.
Okay, can you?
I have
edit
Tori.
it?
I have too many spell slots and stuff. Okay, my spell slots are jank. Oh no, I touched them again and it died! I'm not allowed to touch spell slots!
Okay,
Okay.
for me, you have 4 of each level spell slot, and they're all empty for
Yeah.
some reason.
And I just touched it and it had a. Oh wait, we're back. Okay, I know how many spell slots I have. I will keep track by note.
I am not seeing any issues with anyone else's sheets. I don't know why Tori's is the only one fucking up right now.
I feel like I'm gonna die this episode or something.
Maybe it's the
Oh my
curse. Maybe your sheet's getting deleted because the game knows. Okay, just in case, I downloaded a backup. I'm gonna send you that file.
Okay,
And
amazing.
just in case, you will have.
I have to completely rebuild from the
copy.
bottom.
It's the foreshadowing is real.
That
Oh,
should
no.
be a backup.
So
I mean-
scared.
As long as LJ doesn't die, it's fine.
That's 100%.
TK, do you have another character?
TK has LJ's stats. It's fine.
Oh well, I do,
That won't
but
get deleted.
Is that the
If I die, I'm
plan?
coming back as a
Tori
bard.
dies, come back as LJ.
Tori just gets reincarnated as LJ.
LJ already exists.
Yeah, so it just
Time I
becomes
got
your character.
reincarnated as my pet.
But it can't even be used for battle. I'll just be there.
I mean, that's working out fine for Zalil, right?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, well, crisis hopefully averted. It's still being a little
Yeah,
fucky,
sorry
but
about that.
hopefully averted.
I can read everything. That's all that matters.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Hopefully it's gonna sort itself out.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
so scared when that deleted itself from my list
Yeah.
as well. Jesus.
Oh no, it's gonna be a mission to get it all back.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, so we're at the ball, and obviously all the stuff happened, and then we chased a cat who turned into a
cat.
magical bird. Yes.
A cat that
Turned
turned
into-
into a bird.
Did you see a white fluffy cat at the ball? He was pretty hard to miss. He was pretty.
I can't say I did.
Oh my god, I'm thrown now after all the story. Okay, so there was this cat, and and I thought he was really cute. And then we followed him,
I-
and then it led to a chase, and then he jumped, turned into a bird, and then flew off.
Circle just kind of like side eyes Thea in like confusion and like, this is what you bring me?
This is the start of the story. I thought you'd like all the pieces, so you know every piece of this puzzle.
Do continue.
Okay. After that, I can't even remember what happened straight after that. What happened? Faith, and after
Oh,
that,
no.
what happened again? I can't remember if something happened that night or if it was the next day.
We chased down the people that attacked the party to a warehouse, where we found
That's right.
several of the people that were kidnapped, including some of the people that turned out to not actually be victims. They were actually in league with the people running the attack. Not everyone that disappeared from the party disappeared for altruistic means. They appeared to be working with whoever was behind the attack. It would appear the main reason that we know that they attacked was to get their hands on Lady Fear's friend, Slepny.
To be clear, you're insinuating that a number of guests were involved in this?
It's less insinuating and more they're locked up. Like, we managed to capture quite a few of them alive.
Yeah, we know.
So I assume you have the identities of the culprits?
General Xander does. To us, they were just guests at your party, but General Xander has them under lock and key.
Wait. I have this. I have my sword. Maybe you recognize.
Can't say I do.
Darn.
Is there something special about this sword?
It's Brady.
Am I supposed to recognize it?
I just look at the sword. It's Brady. Oh, swords don't look like this.
Well, Fia, you've certainly brought some interesting company. I was
Wait,
expecting
okay.
something more substantial.
How much do we want to actually tell the guy?
That's what I was just wondering, because we've got to at least keep him distracted for a bit longer.
So, we have reason to believe that Slepny was targeted very specifically for his knowledge on ancient artifacts. We believe that the people behind the attack are attempting to gather a great many of these magical artifacts in order to attempt apotheosis.
Apotheosis.
We have reason to believe that they are attempting to recreate the ritual that created the Sanguine Prince. They seem to believe that they can create a new divinity.
I thought you said you had these people under arrest.
We have a handful of them.
The ones from the
They're
wall.
part of a much, much bigger problem.
And
Which is why
these
General Xander is so
ringleaders,
spooked.
You know who we're dealing with? You tracked them down?
We tracked down the people that attacked your party. The larger cult, if you will, is still a mystery, and is why General Xander is so spooked right now.
Well, this is a wonderful story. But it sounds to me like you've come here with hearsay, a few small fishes, under lock and key and absolutely nothing to show for it.
I think that's a little bit unfair. We know a great deal more than you did before. I mean, you know a great deal more than you did before we came in. And we also did get the people who
And yet I
attacked up
find
the wall.
myself no better off.
Well, a thank you for getting them would be nice, you know?
I would have
It was
assumed
your
you'd have got
wall.
a thank you from the guards.
I hate this guy.
I'm not interested in pawns. I'm not interested in hearing stories of what you think they're up to. I'm interested in knowing that these people are dealt with. Or that you're
Well, that's our
in the
plan.
midst of dealing with them.
We are in the midst of dealing with them. We thought you would like information. We
And you
took
have a
time out of
lead?
our night to come and tell you. Yeah.
Right now, lines are being drawn. People are still trying to gauge who is who, who is on what side. With a conspiracy of such magnitude, people are being very tentative about where they place their trust. You have to understand that General Xander right now is desperately scrabbling around, trying to protect against a threat that he doesn't really understand.
Well, I can tell you that his blind fumbling isn't helping my business, nor is it helping the city. If you've come here to tell me that General Xander is paranoid, frankly, I already know that.
I believe we're more interested in, do you wish to be part of the solution, or do you wish to simply sit back and watch anarchy unfold?
And what precisely do you propose?
General Xander is currently attempting to search every single thing that comes into the city, but he doesn't have the manpower to do so properly. You have a dearth of people under your employ that currently can't do anything because of the lockdown on the city. Perhaps the two of you can come to some arrangement?
So, your suggestion for dealing with this problem is that I negotiate with General Xander to have him slow down my exports and productions for some vague notion that they may be linked to some apotheosis.
I believe right now your choices are a slowdown or a complete halt.
They've already been halted. I was hoping you'd have better news. Something, well, more agreeable. What exactly is your business? What? I thought you were a secretary, and you I don't know, and frankly I don't know what that is. But you seem to be rather wrapped up in all this.
One consider us mercenaries of a sort.
Interesting. And mercenaries showed up at a ball for a charity that would be not great for mercenaries.
I am a paladin of Sune, a knight of the ruse. Being at balls is hardly exceptional.
Mm-hmm. And I am to take you in good faith.
Yes,
I think you'll very quickly find that people walking around pretending that they are a follower of Sune do not last very much longer. The divinities are kind of churlish when it comes to those sort of things.
Well, that makes 2 holy nights in my dining room today, and he kind of looks over at Fia. And talk of gods, or some new divinity, as you put it. It all seems like not really my business. Perhaps I should make things a little clearer. I couldn't care less for whatever magical, nefarious plots are going on elsewhere in the world. What I care about is the impact they're having on my business and my ball. I care that these people are dealt with, and I care that this doesn't happen again. And I care that Xander keeps to himself and deals with his problem without any more disruption. And so far, you've offered me no solutions in that.
We're working on it. We told you.
Apparently the idea of working together is anathema to you?
It's less that the idea of collaborating is against my nature, and more that I don't see a benefit in this for me. I work with Xander on this, and an immediate problem is solved and creates a long-term problem. I don't see things returning to the status quo. And a small disruption caused by some bad actors at a ball has turned into a much larger disruption to attempt to deal with these people.
Do you understand how serious this situation is?
Well,
doesn't
given
sound like
the
you
way
do.
you posed it, not really. Something about cats and birds and apotheosis, it all sounds like a bit of a fairy tale.
So you don't believe us?
I don't believe that Lady Fia here would make her way all the way to my abode and go to the efforts of arranging this if she didn't believe you.
Look, you're a man of business, right?
I very much am.
Wouldn't you say knowledge is very important in doing business?
Depends on the knowledge. And so
Knowledge
far,
that's
the knowledge I've
affecting
been
your
given
business?
hasn't been particularly useful to my goals.
Wouldn't you rather know something than nothing?
I know that this problem isn't being solved.
What part of we're working on it have you not understood?
The part where Xander isn't changing any of his plan whatsoever. The part where he continues to close exports, and the idea is, to check everything that comes in and out, using my own manpower? Do you know how much that would cost me, the extra labor costs?
And how much would it cost you to have no business whatsoever? Right now, you are seeing the tip of a very, very large iceberg. We are still trying to find out just how big it is. Things are not going to return to normal anytime soon. This is going to be the new status quo for the foreseeable future.
Right now, I see one obstacle, and it's no god, it's no cult, it's no businessman, it's a general in a city he does not belong, meddling in matters he doesn't understand.
So what's your solution? It sounds to me like you think the solution is getting rid of Xander.
Couldn't put it better myself. I'm not saying Xander should be disposed of or anything of that nature. I'm saying Xander should stick to what he's good at. Campaigning for the royal military and managing supposed theoretical would-be wars in a time of peace. Whatever else he does
But
in his
who's
spare
to say?
time.
Who's to say that if another general was appointed here, that he wouldn't do the same thing?
He looks to Fia again. The Pale has been under the management of a small council. Xander is not part of that council. I made a certain business deal with him with the expectation that it would benefit both of us. And it's turned around and blown up in my face. Xander frankly has no authority here nor any business here. And yet he's taken charge, he's brought guards in, he's locked off the entrance and exits to the city, he's cancelled imports and exports, not just from my own company, but from every warehouse in the district. Anyone coming in or out of the city has to be checked and searched. And there is more guard presence than there has ever been. It is rather clear that he is causing more unrest than any good. Wouldn't you agree?
Seen as the unrest seems to be triggered by yourself. That seems awfully convenient of you to point the finger in that direction.
A bold
The people
assumption.
striking, the people... We've spoken to the rioters. They straight up said that they are your people.
They're my workers, and they have found that my exports have been cut off, and their wages have been stalled. And
Yes, and
unfortunately,
I've
until those
proposed-
exports continue, I can't afford to be paying these workers for work that they're not performing.
Yes, and I've proposed to you a way of working around that within the current constraints that we have.
A way that means
And all
extra
you seem to be
labour
interested to
and
do.
slowed exports.
So
I don't
you would
see a
rather make no
solution.
money.
I see more disruption.
Seemingly, you would rather make no money or destroy the entire ant's nest, rather than actually work within to find a solution.
I have my solution. We send Xander back where he came from. And we resolve this as it should be.
No one here has the authority to tell a general of the crown to go away. He has a clear and present threat that he is trying to deal with.
Then perhaps, since you seem to be in his good graces, you could assure him that my exports have nothing to do with whatever cult or whatever organization you're hunting down and you believe is behind this. Why would I attack my own ball? Why would I disrupt my own exports? Why would I cause this bad publicity against myself? I think the rather simple solution is Xander sees that I have nothing to do with this and allows me to continue my business.
And to be quite frank, how does Xander know that you have nothing to do with this? Your ball was attacked and one of your guests was targeted specifically. He was invited to the ball by yourself and specifically dragged out and targeted by these people. Right now, you look mighty suspicious in General Xander's eyes. How would you have us reassure him that you have nothing to do with this?
Once again, what would I stand to benefit from attacking my own ball and sabotaging my own charity efforts?
Drawing out the target that they required to get the information that this
If I
cult
wanted
required.
some target, some old man, why would I go to all this effort and shut down my primary business when I could just find him and take him from wherever his abode is or wherever he works? It's not difficult. I have plenty of men I could send to take whoever I please if that was what I wanted. Clearly,
Yes,
I
and
have
if everything
no
had
intention
gone,
of doing so.
if everything had gone according to plan, it would have just been one person in a crowd of people that disappear. But if you had sent people mob-handed after this one particular individual, everyone would have known that they are the target. No, there is plenty of reason for General Xander to suspect.
I think you'll find that the one who invited this man was not myself. It was your friend here. Once again, he looks over and kind of scowls at Fia. Slepny is a long-held acquaintance of mine. He has as much business there as any of us. And he believed that he had reason to come speak with me. I don't know what you're insinuating, Cole, but I don't like it. Well, clearly, this was not some grand plan of my design. Regardless of whatever reasons he was there, he wasn't there of my own invite. And frankly, I happened to notice there was a number of other guests who weren't there on the guest list. A number of +1s, a number of people dragged along. I don't recall inviting you. And he looks to you, Tori. Nor your friend. Or your boss, whatever he was. And yet you show up, you claim to be mercenaries, and you're telling me tales and making accusations. And your solution to this is to disrupt my business further. And all of this you've decided to arrange in my own house. At my own abode, at my own table, with my own food.
Well, to be honest, we thought you'd be more appreciative of what we've done.
Appreciative. And what have you done? Other than come here and make accusations
much time have you
and
got?
insult me? Other than take a few small pawns in a grand scheme that you are claiming to be attempting to track down?
Well, it's more pawns than you've got, and this is your problem more than it's ours. We've done more than you have to fix this problem.
He kind of grimaces at this. He takes a sip of his wine and stands up for a moment. He sort of paces back and forth before pulling his seat back and sitting back down and taking a breath. Perhaps this meeting's getting a little heated. I don't see an adequate solution here. My suggestion is to assure General Xander of my own innocence. What would it take to do this?
I'm just gonna look at Faith.
Thanks.
And, no. No. And just be like, look, we understand your frustration. Our goal was to give you the information we have. Also just curious if you had any further information that could help us do what we're trying to do. And just try and ease some tensions and let you know that we're working on this. And to hopefully stop the riots in the city and work towards getting the city open again.
If I had a list of these culprits that you've apprehended, perhaps I could cross-reference the guest list. Find out who is invited and by whom. And who showed
Okay,
up
great.
entirely uninvited.
Great. Then we will go and see Xander to get this list and discuss with him what can be done about the exports and loosening up the security coming in and out of the city.
Meanwhile, Zulil,
Yes.
you've snuck upstairs, invisible, and found there was a room being redecorated. Seemingly a office of some sort. Most of the furniture has been taken out, and upon checking the room next door, you found an older office where a lot of that furniture has been put into. Inside is some of the older furniture that belongs in there, but an additional second desk, an end table, a lamp, and various other furniture and decorations. On top of the newer looking desk, there is a sort of perpetual motion machine, one of the kind where you roll a little ball down a track and it flicks back up to the top before rolling down again. There's a bottle of alcohol. There's some papers and books or ledgers, but it seems like most of them have been packed away. The drawer itself has the desk itself has 6 drawers. There is also the older desk, mahogany, very fancy looking, definitely more of like a vintage design. That one only has 4, but you can see there's a number of ornaments. There's a small bust and a sort of brass like bird of some sort. There's quite a lot of clutter on that desk in terms of like papers and notes and whatnot. Around the room there is some like, what do you call them? Armoires? Or like cabinets? There's a couple of those, holding a number of decorations and whatnot. What do you want to do?
I'm looking in the drawers.
Of the newer desk or the older one?
Both, but the older one first.
Okay. Shuffling towards the back of the room, you look through this desk and there's a lot of papers in there. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
18 total.
18, that's pretty good. From what you can tell, a lot of the papers in this desk, this older one, are older. Specifically, they are like kind of worn down parchment. Seems like a lot of it's been sat there for years collecting dust. It seems like this desk hasn't been used much lately, and the notes on there, the ones that are dated for like at least like a couple years ago now.
Okay. I assume that's all the drawers of the old desk.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing incredibly interesting in there other than just some papers that seem to be a lot of like old business, like notes and records and whatnot.
Any old coins? Any money?
You find there is a little bit of spare change in one of them, alongside some pens and pencils and whatnot.
I'm gonna grab the spare change and 1 pencil.
Okay. You
The
take,
most
you get about
the most fancy looking pencil, sorry.
5 silver, 2 copper, and a fancy looking pencil.
Hell yeah. 5 silver, 2 copper?
Yeah.
I just deleted my money.
God, we're all having problems today, huh?
Yeah, I tried like pressing plus on the silver disappeared, and I was like, okay, I guess I gave myself too much money and it turned to gold.
I guess Dice Cloud is having issues today. That sucks.
I'm so glad it's not just me.
Okay, let's
worries.
refrain from modifying things on the sheets for today. Just like take note of anything you get, and hopefully
Yeah,
it'll be sorted after today.
What was it? 5 silver, 2 copper.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna write it down in the Discord.
Okay.
just so we have like some sort of record.
I
Um,
just googled a fancy pencil for like reference of what it is, and it's it's not what I expected.
What is it? Now I'm thinking like those pencils with the little like rubber head
like,
on top.
What
or
did you
something.
find?
Like,
And what were you expecting?
oh,
Like I
I
expected like
see.
really fancy, like you know,
Sorry.
like an old pencil or like a very decorated and stuff. But I found one of those decorated
like kids'
plastic.
pencils.
This is what I found, and I honestly. Imagine the little running around.
Definitely how I noticed
For our viewers at home, it's like a sparkly, like colored plastic pencils with unicorns on top, or like fluffy bits,
It's a fancy pencil.
like a child's pencil.
Yeah, the unicorn ones kind of look like wands as well, like magic wands.
It's insane.
In a way.
Oh, look at that!
Corn carrot and a cactus.
I saw that cactus one somewhere. I remember it.
We've gotten so off track. Oh fuck.
Anyway, fancy pencil.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you said you also wanted to check the other desk?
Yeah, the Neo one.
Okay. Looking through this, you find, first of all, there is similarly a number of papers and whatnot, but they are written in a different handwriting to the ones you found in the other desk, and they definitely look newer. Inside, the drawers on the right, you don't find anything particularly interesting. However, with an 18 to your investigation, you notice that in the top left drawer, once you lift up some papers and whatnot, there's an odd hole towards the back of the drawer. Just a circular hole in the sort of bottom face of the drawer, towards the back of it. You also notice that the drawer in the bottom left is locked, but there's no keyhole.
Well, I think I'm gonna do the obvious and pull up the cover, or I assume the cover, of the top right drawer, was it?
It's not so much a cover as just like a hole in the bottom of the drawer.
Okay.
And like the drawer itself doesn't like come out. It doesn't like pull out of the desk.
I put my finger in the hole, I guess.
It's a hole. It seems to lead down to the drawer below.
Interesting. I assume it's so far like in the drawer that I can't like use the cane to like push up down on it or something.
No, it would be hard to get an angle, even if you pulled the drawer all the way out. It's the hole's at like the back of the drawer, like at
Yeah.
the back bottom face.
Can I like? I was gonna say taste, but that's not the word. Like feel my way around the hole. You fucking. The moment those words left my lips, I was like, God damn it. This
Sorry,
was-
what?
I just want to know if there's anything I can touch.
I don't
the
know,
hole.
Zulu, can you?
Is it warm
Do
inside?
we need to like roll dexterity or something?
I just want to see if there's a switch that I can reach. That's
You-
all I want to do.
Feeling around in the hole, there does not seem to be a switch or anything within reach. Yeah, you don't seem to see anything. It seems almost more like something's supposed to be like dropped through, or at least something would fall through.
Right.
Like a pen.
Can I use Mage Hand inside the drawer?
What are you doing with it?
Go to the bottom, as far down as it goes, and then push outwards, like towards me.
Like you're trying to push the bottom drawer out?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. So you cast your mage hand, and with it you attempt to push the drawer out. It doesn't budge. It seems like whatever locking mechanism is keeping it in place, and would have to be deactivated.
Okay, because I obviously can't see in it.
No.
You cast Mage Eye.
I was actually thinking of like getting a mirror and just holding it down. I just go back to, or the hand just goes back to where the hole is, and then just pushes down, I guess.
Okay. I don't believe that the mage hand has any like sense of like touch. I don't think you like feel what it touches, right?
No.
No. It moves down until it collides with something, but that's about all you can gather from it.
I'm so close to just smashing the drawer. I am.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Can I minor illusion and make the hole bigger to see what I'm looking at?
I don't think you can illusion something you can't see to be able to see it. I don't think that's how illusions work.
Yeah, like that's just gonna make it look like what you want it to look like.
Right. Is there anything on the desk that might be of use?
So as I said before, there is a perpetual motion machine for like rolling a ball down and back up. There is.
I just take a ball and drop it then. Sorry.
I mean, I wasn't dumb, but sure. Okay, so you're dropping the ball in the hole?
Yeah.
Like, so you've got the drawer open, you're dropping it in the hole in just straight down. With the drawer open?
Yeah.
It falls down and seems to land in the drawer below.
Congratulations, you lost the ball.
It's not in the bottom
gonna
drawer,
use-
it's in the middle drawer.
Oh. I'm gonna pull out the middle drawer as well, and well, I'm gonna push the top drawer back in, pull out the middle drawer, take the ball, take out.
As you take the ball out of the middle drawer, you notice it's ever so slightly shorter than the other drawers. But it doesn't have a hole in it, like the top one.
It doesn't go out as far.
Yeah, it's like the back of the middle drawer is slightly further forward.
Well, I'm gonna pull out the drawer, like the top drawer then, as far as it goes, and hope that the ball lands in wherever the fuck it's supposed to be in the middle drawer.
So, just from my understanding, you are pulling the top drawer out fully, and then dropping it
Yes.
into the middle drawer
Uh,
through the hole.
the way I'm imagining is, because the middle drawer doesn't come out as far. I imagine it to be that there's like a hidden space in between the actual back of the drawer and the back of the drawer that we can see, and that the ball needs to go in there. And I'm essentially trying to line up those two, that with the hole of the top drawer that goes out further. Does that make sense?
So, are you like opening the middle drawer fully and then trying to like line up the hole with the back of the other drawer? Like behind it?
Essentially, yeah, because like, how else am I supposed to do it?
Okay. So, you attempt to sort of squeeze your hand into the top drawer while pushing it about as far back as you can, while pulling out the middle drawer. And you drop the ball in. It seems to land in the bottom drawer. It falls past the back of the second drawer, and you hear a little thunk hit the bottom one. There's a slight click.
I check for traps.
Okay. Give me a investigation roll.
Oh god!
Oh,
Oh, it's in that one.
You're pretty confident this isn't trapped.
It's like it becomes a
Nice.
mimic.
Suddenly, a bomb appears out of nowhere.
becomes trapped.
Yeah, I just opened the bottom drawer then.
It slides open. Inside is a green, sort of like a dark green book, with some rather nice embellishment on it, as well as a few notes and a fountain pen.
I'll take the fountain pen. Actually, I don't, because it would it would be too obvious. But I opened the book.
Oh, but the pencil and the money wasn't.
Well, it was on the old desk that wasn't touched anyway. No one's gonna miss them.
No one's gonna miss the unicorn pencil. Come on.
It's a very manly pencil. I'll have you know. No, it's yeah. I opened the book. I see what's written in there, and I'll take a look at the notes as well.
So, you take the book out and have a look through it. It's written in the same handwriting as most of the other stuff in this desk, but there's a number of notes also just kind of inserted in with different handwriting. At first, you think this is just a pretty normal business ledger. There's some like records of transactions. There's some notes about various things within the business. But as you read into it a bit deeper, you notice some little bits are kind of off. Like descriptions about workers. Some of these notes that have been kind of like slotted in there, just bits of paper, are like seemingly reports on other employees or things they've done, ways they're like. There's records about who is like most malleable, as well as records about like who's likely to cause trouble. As you're reading through a lot of it, you quickly find that this seems to be some sort of union-busting book. And on top of that, there's a few things that stand out to you. One is a letter. It's been opened, but it still has a wax seal on it. And that seal bears the head of a dog in sort of a red wax. As well as that, there's a few like odd names and references to transactions that don't seem entirely legitimate.
Okay. I know this will leave tracks, but I'm gonna steal the book and leave the fountain pen. Yeah. Why? Because union busting is not okay, and Zalil is not okay with that.
As far
It's
as
got
you
very
are
political all of a
aware,
sudden.
by the Pales laws, there isn't like massively like good labor laws going on, so it might not be like entirely illegal. Certainly amoral, but not necessarily illegal. But based on some of the transactions and some of the odd notes in here, you gather you could maybe have something on him here. At least something you could return to Captain Sven. Like, if you can't get him for the union busting, you might be able to get him for fraud. Or possibly something else.
I'm thinking of something else, which I'm not gonna say yet, because I actually gotta think about how to properly do that, if that is the route we're going with.
Okay.
So yes. But I'll put the book in like I guess my cloak. Whatever I'm wearing, and keep looking. I assume that the fraud stuff didn't really have anything on like the group we're looking for.
It doesn't seem like it. You're not seeing anything really relating to like Blair Shipping Company or anyone like that.
Okay, the other drawers are all opened, correct? Besides the bottom one.
Yeah, they're all unlocked.
Okay. I'm gonna like close everything back up again so it looks like normal. I'm also gonna put the ball back, obviously. And I want to make sure that the desk, like the old one that had like a lot of dust on it, looks like it hadn't been touched. Or attempt to, at least.
I mean, you just said it had a lot of dust on it. I don't think you can put dust back, but yeah. You do your
Someone's
best
just
to
gonna walk
make it
past the room.
not seem like that.
All they're gonna hear is someone going, "We're trying to blow dust back over to where they scraped it off."
It's just like they come back, and it's just like someone, essentially like a snow angel,
This-
but a dust angel.
I guess this would count as stealth, I want to say, to try and make it look like it's not been messed with.
I was gonna say
Performance
deception,
art?
but I'll
Stealth,
I'll take-
deception, possibly sleight of hand. I'm not sure, really. This is an odd one.
Survival.
survival. No, please don't.
So yeah,
The
you can
big
use
one.
any of those three, as long as you can
Stealth,
justify
sleight of
which one
hand,
you want to
or-
use.
I'm gonna use deception, even though it's the lowest one, because it makes the most sense, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough.
I shouldn't have used deception. It's a 7.
Okay.
Mistakes were made, but it's too late now.
Well, you can't really put dust back while you've removed it in any way that is convincing. But you close the drawers and put things back where they came from. So other than some like handprints and areas where the dust is disturbed, you're pretty confident that everything else is back as it should be.
Just imagine this guy going like, "They stole our dust."
I worked hard
Hey.
for that dust.
I'm gonna be more upset about the unicorn pencil, I think.
Yeah.
That was my
Honestly,
dad's
that's-
pencil. How could they?
Wouldn't it be better to just blow all the dust off instead of leaving fucking handprints in
I
it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking afterwards, but
If you
I
wanna
also
do that,
feel
you
like
can.
I feel like that would be kind of going around like the role of it, and like
Someone broke in, stole my
You
pencil,
can
and
if
then
you want. You
spring
can like
cleaned.
pretend the cleaners came in and cleaned the desk or something.
Yeah, just grab a sheet or something and put it on top. Like fold it up and put it on top. And then he'll just
Um,
yell at his cleaners.
Honestly, why
Fine.
don't you just clean the whole room at this point? Like,
yeah, it's like a 2-hour job. Like you're down there, like during dinner, like where the fuck is he? Can he hurry the fuck up? And he's just like up there, fucking making sure everything's tip top.
Got the gloves on and everything.
Oh no, I don't want
Like
to
pulls out
picture
of like
Zalil in a
whole
maid
butler
outfit.
I was gonna say butler outfit,
No.
but yeah.
Done. It's done. It's in your head now forever.
Oh, no.
God damn it.
for real, for real.
That was a nat 20, but I lost the dice before saying anything, so I'm very pissed about that.
You
Um,
lost your dice.
No, like I had it in my hand, and like was rolling it, and then it slipped out and rolled. Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
I'm gonna like do a shitty job at cleaning and just blow over it, like over the whole desk, to get rid
I
of the
was-
dust.
I was joking about blowing on it, but sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it's like clearly someone was here, but what the fuck? Like they're just gonna get confused instead of thinking about what happened. You know?
Okay.
No, that's not how it
you,
works.
You blow the dust
Yeah,
off the
just-
desk into the air around you.
Just needs.
Make everything else look shitty.
Yeah, just make sure
No.
everything looks like it has the same amount of dust.
Yeah, apart from the Zalil shaped bit that there's no dust in.
So apart from the dust angel that is on the floor and on the desk and on the other desk and on the wall. No, but there isn't really much else. Like you said, there's a few like wall thingies, wall mounted things.
Yeah, there's some like cabinets and armoires and stuff.
Yeah.
They
I wanna
seem
look
more
at the
like they have
cabinets
like
more.
ornaments and decorations in than anything.
I'm still gonna look in them.
Okay. In the
Surely they
top,
can handle like an hour more.
in the top of the older looking one, you see there is a sort of brass bust of a gentleman, kind of big mustache going into like a bit of what's that type called where it like goes around the mouth and then down onto the chin, but not onto like any of the cheeks or anything.
Goatee?
I guess. Yeah, sure.
I think that's what you mean.
Sure.
Chin mid.
He looks to be a bit of like an older gentleman and a bit kind of podgy in his cheeks and whatnot. Other than that, there's mostly just a bunch of like standard ornaments, some like porcelain things in there, decorations, some like metal sculptures, and just a variety of things. Sat on the bottom of the desk, you find there's also a small sort of wooden, kind of like a Pinocchio doll almost. Pinocchio doesn't exist in this world, but like similar.
Okay.
It seems
The
to be
non-copyright
just
version of
a
Pinocchio.
collection of trinkets and ornaments and whatnot.
Okay. I will take a look through the keyhole to see if there's anyone around, and if there isn't, I'm gonna sneak out.
You look through the keyhole and you do notice there's like a couple maids or cleaning ladies and whatnot going like back and forth. You wait a minute before it seems like the coast is clear. Knowing which way like the stairs are, you know that people have just come up, have gone back down, so you carefully open up the door and begin to sneak out. Give me another stealth roll, please.
Oh god, I'm scared.
12.
12, okay. Where would
I
you be
want people to know.
sneaking to? Are you leaving the building? Are you just going downstairs? Are you going anywhere else?
This was like the entire top floor, correct?
Um,
There was like a bedroom up there, and the 2 offices, if I remember correctly.
yeah. Plus like a bunch of other closed rooms. You don't know what's in them, but like it's probably just normal house stuff.
The loot goblin in me wants to look at them. I'm gonna look at one more of the random like doors,
Okay.
or random rooms,
You
and if that doesn't have anything of interest, I'm just gonna go downstairs.
you open up another room, and the door kind of squeaks as you open it, so you have to like carefully open it. You think nobody heard it. You think. Looking inside, it doesn't look to be anything interesting. Just some sort of maybe a maid's quarters or something.
Oh god, that is.
There's
I'd
no one
leave
inside
immediately.
currently.
He's found the maid costume.
I'm gonna pick one up for Faith,
But yeah, are you,
or like a
so
small
are
one
you
for Clue.
going downstairs?
Yeah, I'm going downstairs.
Okay. You sneak back down the stairs. Are you leaving? Are you like hanging around? Are you checking anywhere downstairs? What do you want to do?
I want to check downstairs still.
Okay. If you recall, you did before go like down the hallway and find out there's like a kitchen and a laundry room to one side.
Mhm.
You didn't find an awful lot down there before. But like off to the left from where you came in is the room you can currently hear Sir Cole and your party members talking in. Down past that to the right was the kitchen, as you saw before. And down to the left was another hallway.
I'm gonna go to the hallway.
Okay. There is a couple doors. And down on the end you see what appears to be the back door. It's got like kind of like a glass on it so you can see the outside and see that it leads out into the back garden.
Okay. I believe that was it for the house. Like there wasn't anything else going on, right?
Pretty much. There's just that couple doors and then the back door.
Yeah, I go back to the essentially the room that Faith and everyone is staying in, and just send them a message of like, hey, I didn't really find anything. I'll be leaving, and just so they're aware, and send that to Faith and Tori because I
Mind
don't
link?
think Clue really cares. Yeah, mind link,
Okay, okay.
as well as Lady Fia as well.
Of course I care. And I think Lamb also cares.
Look, in my head, you're currently chomping on some silverware, okay? Like they're talking and you're just sitting there trying to eat some silverware. That's what I'm imagining.
Can't believe it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Maybe
Yeah.
he is wrong, you know?
Is he?
Yes.
Are you chomping on the plate instead?
Just the table.
There's plenty of food. I don't have to chomp on the silverware.
So, Zilil,
Okay.
you're leaving? You're heading out?
Through the back door, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna take a look out the back door first to see if there's anyone around, because I remember there were guards. Or, like, militiamen.
Yeah, so looking out the back door, it seems like there's definitely less people out there. However, it's still within the gates of the manor. So if you were to leave the manor, you would essentially be going back from the back of the house out to the front and having to get through the main gate, where there was guards.
The wagon that we arrived at is on Cole's property, correct?
That was
like-
a refined carriage, thank you very much.
Wagon.
English is not my first
Yes, it's
language.
still
Leave me
parked
alone.
up with Fia's driver, keeping watch over it.
Okay, I'm gonna. I assume I'm still invisible at this point, or like it's close to wearing off.
It lasts about an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, you would still be invisible.
Okay. I'm gonna like sneak my way over then, and like tell the carriage driver to open the door to it, to like the carriage, and like go inside but leave the door open for a bit.
Repeat that for me? You want him to do what?
Wait. Does he
Open the
know we've
carriage
got an
door.
invisible?
Have him go inside and leave the door open, so I can go inside as well, but it
You
not
want
looking
the
suspicious.
carriage driver to go inside the carriage.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Off-duty shenanigans, the owner doesn't need to know. You
Okay,
know how it is.
sure.
It's very fucking boring work, so they might as well enjoy
I mean,
themselves.
all I'm hearing is that you are telling the guy to go to the back seat with you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
We've
not
already
what I
had
was
enough-
immediately thinking, but okay.
We've already had enough holds today. We don't need more, okay?
Okay, whatever you say.
Well, as your invisible self speaks to him, he gets startled for a moment before like kind of realizing, oh, okay, it's one of these people.
It's one of those
you.
idiots.
It's one of those.
Per your request, he looks a little confused, but doesn't argue at all, and opens the back and goes inside. And he seems unsure whether to close the door after him, or like, are you in yet? Are you not?
When I'm inside, I'd tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
The poor guy.
But yes, you get inside the carriage with the driver, I guess. So
That doesn't sound any better.
Really does not. But I guess, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It is what
so,
it is.
since that marks the end of Zulil's part of this, do we want to take a quick break?
Can I give him
Yeah,
like
so-
2 silver
I
first?
thought you were gonna say a
What?
smooch.
No!
Can I give him a smooch?
Oh no.
No, I am not that far gone yet.
Yes,
Yet,
you can
okay.
give him a couple silver, but like you're just like, hey, here you go, dude, and then it just like drops
it.
and becomes visible
it.
when it leaves your hand.
Take it.
But yeah, should we take a quick break here? Be back
Yeah.
in a few
Okay.
minutes since we're about an hour and a half in.
Yeah, can do.
Okay.
We will see you all in, I want to say a few minutes, but we end up talking and then it takes longer. So I'll see you when we're done chatting shit.
Okay.
In like an hour or so.
Bye
See ya.
bye.
We're not like, okay, yeah. See you in a few minutes.
We'll see you next
everyone.
D&D.
Bye.
A few minutes.
Yeah, because I've
Hi,
got
we're
another
back,
D&D
everyone.
session
Hello.
in 3 hours.
I just started
We didn't
that while you
lie.
were
We did say
talking.
we get derailed.
Oh, we're
We
back.
started talking about New Zealand and Lord of the Rings, and it was spiraling, so we're back now. Hello.
We made it back.
Jerry had to step in and
Hey,
rein us
Sarah, isn't
back
that
in.
what I always do?
Yes.
I mean, that's what
Isn't that just,
DM does
my
supposed
job
to
as a DM?
do. Yeah.
You guys get derailed. I have to re-rail you. Wait, no.
I was gonna say like when did
No.
Sherry become the adult? But then I was like, but I get derailed all the time anyway, so it's fine.
True. You're
Uh,
older than me. Okay, anyway, D&D, guys. Just...
Hi, we're playing D&D.
We are playing D&D. So,
Isn't
Zilil
it
has
cool?
just left the building.
Unicorn pencil.
With a unicorn pencil. And
Zilil
scared the
has left
shit out of
the-
the carriage driver. Meanwhile, the rest of you. Do you have anything else to discuss with Sir Cole at this point?
I don't think so. I mean, he doesn't
No.
want to work with Xander, so
He doesn't want to work with anyone. He just wants everyone to solve all
No.
these problems for
he's
him.
like, I want money. We're like, okay, well, work with people. No. Okay, well, don't have money then. But I want
I
money.
More or less,
I
the last thing
hate
he
it.
says was he more or less wants Xander to be
Yeah, like
convinced
he-
of his innocence, and he wants a
Yeah,
list of
we
people
have
that
like a
they took
tiny
in
thread.
to like cross check the guest list. And he has given
we have
at
a
least his
tiny
own
thread.
rationale as to why he wouldn't be behind it, whether you believe that or not, whether you agree with him. He gave that. So essentially, his plan, as far as you can tell, is to have you guys convince him convince Xander to just be like, yeah, Cole's cool, just let him do his thing.
I think it might take a bit more than that, but okay.
But more or less that anyway. So do you all just want to finish up your dinner, or are you like eager to get
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
there, or like?
No, we'll finish up our food and then
Yeah,
be
I
like,
mean, we'll eat dinner and let Zalil wait in the carriage, because, you know, why
I
not?
am chomping, you know I am.
yeah, finish up our food and just be like, thank you for your time.
And
Sorry we didn't
hospitality.
come with that too. We're sorry that we didn't come with better news, but we hope you get something from what you now know, and we'll let you know when we find out more.
I hope this can all come to a swift resolution. Thank you all for your time today. And I hope you enjoyed dinner.
It was absolutely lovely, thank you.
Yes!
I'll see you all out. And he leads you back out, the way you came in, out the front door, back towards your carriage.
Can I pickpocket him?
First of all, I think it would have probably been an hour by now between snooping around and you guys eating dinner before coming back out. Zilla will probably be, like, visible in the carriage now.
I'd like to
So-
hope he's smart enough to stay out of
Yeah,
sight.
are you like ducking down or
I-
anything, or are you just like chilling there with the driver?
Is it completely dark in there? Because I was gonna like say the cloak makes me invisible. Then
It's a carriage. It has windows.
fuck. Well, I'm gonna duck down then.
Okay.
Like when I see the door open.
Okay. The driver is a little confused, but just like tries to play it cool. Clue, you're wanting to pickpocket him?
Yes.
What? Why?
What? Because he's rich.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
This is
for
such a
me.
bad idea.
I guess I can use knowledge of a past life, right?
I guess so.
Okay. I'm gonna also use one of my lucky rolls, just in case. So let me. Okay. Okay. That is not good.
Oh
Okay.
no.
That was a 9 on D20. Let me roll the knowledge of the past life. Plus 2, 11. Do I have
With an
some
11,
sleight of
you
hand
are.
thing? Oh no. Plus 4, so 11 plus 4.
11
15.
plus
15.
15. Okay. I was gonna say, 11 was not very good. With a 15, you attempt to slide your hand into Sir Cole's back pocket of his jacket. However, as you do this, Lady Fia rolled a nat 20 on perception. So she very much sees you doing this, and there is a moment of like, what are you doing? As she kind of glares at you, and then she sees you starting to rummage through his pocket and grabs your hand.
That's not fair.
She looks to you, Faith. Thankfully,
Wait.
Sir Cole doesn't seem to have noticed this.
I mean, has Faith noticed it? At the moment, Lady Fear is just glaring at Faith.
You would have noticed that she grabbed Clue's hand and then looked at you.
So Faith's gonna frog march Clue onto the carriage.
What?
She's basically gonna escort you onto the carriage and be like, right, go on, get on, get
But he's
get onto the carriage.
okay.
As you're attempting to like corral Clue into the carriage, Fia just like tries to politely say goodbye to Sir Cole and wave him off and whatnot. And be like, thank you for the night and whatnot. Sort of awkwardly backing up as you guys are like getting to the carriage. Or eventually she gets in and the driver gets out and goes to the front. And she just lets out a big sigh and then kind of puts like her hand to her head like she's got a migraine. Just like,
Poor Lady Phil.
Yeah, we do that.
that could have gone worse.
Yeah. It didn't go great though.
Let's just get out of here. She kind of
Was it a little
signals
fun
to the
anything
driver,
Oh,
and you start taking off.
Zillow. What'd you find, buddy?
Just a book that seems to have some shady dealings, as well as some union busting in it. Nothing concrete about the Belair Shipping Company, but he's definitely not entirely innocent either.
I think it's safe to say he's a pretty shady man.
That is true. I have the book here, and I pull it out.
Wait, you have the book there?
It's fucking evidence, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also evidence that someone broke into his house.
And we were the only ones who were there.
What if one of the mates took it?
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Sure. I think you need to have a long chat with Savin about, like, suspicion. Yeah.
This is one wrinkle I will have to smooth out. May I see?
I'm gonna hand it over. It also has notes about people in them. Specifically his workers and stuff.
Fia takes a flip through the book. There's a few bits she pauses on before flipping past. Slams it closed. and hands it back to you. Well, I don't think much of this will be useful, but there's certainly some things we can look into. Take this to Sven. Maybe he can find something worthwhile.
I will. Is there a way I can make a copy of this, the entire book, just to look at it closer in my own time?
Are you asking me or Fia?
Oh, I
Sort of
want to be
both.
snarky as hell, but
Besides, like, writing it down myself.
yeah, no, I was just about to hand you a piece of paper and a quill.
I was gonna say, are you trying to get like an identical copy, or are you just trying to write everything down?
No, like, just make it a lot quicker. Because I assume it's a fairly thick book. Like, if I wrote it down by hand, it would take ages.
You could pay someone to copy it for you if you wanted to hand over a stolen book to them and have them go through every page and every word.
No.
Other than
Isn't
that,
magic supposed...
I don't think you have any magic that can clone a book.
Can I make the mage hand write everything?
You realize you have to control the mage hand, right?
Well...
So how long does mage hand last?
1
Like
minute, I just looked.
Can you write an entire book in 1 minute?
No.
Well, it's a cantrip, so you could keep repeatedly casting it, but you know.
God. It's gonna take longer to cast than it will to just pick up the pen and write.
I'm just gonna, like, copy everything then during the night. Who needs sleep anyway?
Okay. So with the dinner over with, and you clear of the manor, what are you doing? Where are you going? Are you heading back to the Eagle's Crest or Fia's place, or are you going straight to Sven, or what you doing?
I mean, I would like to copy it, but I guess that wouldn't really work if we go to Sven first. Then again, I guess Sven would also have people he trusts that could copy it for him.
Don't think we want to get caught with that book on us.
Yeah.
So what you doing? Going to Sven?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think we should go see Sven.
Right, let's go see Sven.
Sven?
Did you say Sven?
Swen.
Sven.
Look,
We love
I've
Swen.
been a bit, iffy
Yes,
lately.
you have.
Anyway, you go to visit Sven at the
Right.
guard post.
Right.
headquarters.
Hi, Sven.
Oh, Swen.
He's currently in his office. After speaking with the receptionist and waiting for a short while, you head on in. You see his cane is leaning against the desk, and he is kind of leaning back in his chair. As soon as you enter into the room, he kind of leans forward and is like, Zulil,
Sven.
you got something?
Good and bad news. Good news is that the way it looks, Sir Cole is not involved with the Blair Shipping Company. We did find this book, and I'm just gonna show it and give it to him. That has some information about sketchy dealings. Not sure if you might want to or need to look into those, given that these are off the book things, or off the book information. But it might be somewhat worthwhile. On a lesser note, there's also evidence of union busting in the book. Yeah.
He kind of flicks through as you're saying this and looks at some things. Well, not much we can do about union busting. He makes the laws, more or less. And any attempts to crack down on that sort of thing are met with resistance, so can't formally do anything about that. As for these transactions and other dealings, I'll have my people look into it. This, though,
Okay.
and he pulls out that letter inside with the wax seal on it.
Yeah.
You know what this is?
I have not the slightest clue.
It's a dog.
It is. I have my suspicions. If they turn out to be right, we might have a much bigger case. Kind of puts the letter back into the book and folds it up.
You wanna let us know your suspicions?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. Gonna look into things first, see if my hunch checks out.
Fair enough. I assume you know where we are, or how to find us, or me at least.
Right.
So if anything comes up, just send me a message.
One more thing. Didn't notice him dealing with any suspicious people. Anything at all.
How do you mean, in the records, or just while we were there?
Was anyone else there? Anyone odd? Anything unusual?
I will admit, I wasn't in the room while they were talking. I snuck off and was looking for clues. So some of the others might have to answer that question, and I'm gonna look to Faith. Just specifically because you said that usually everyone looks at you.
I don't remember meeting with anyone weird. Tori?
No, no one. It was just him and his staff.
And the staff all checked out, all normal.
I can't say that we checked, but we didn't notice anything.
Alright.
Did we, Sherry?
Did you?
Did we DM?
Did you? Fair enough.
I feel like
I don't know. I don't
feel
have
like
notes
we've
from
done something
last
weird.
week's because I was asleep.
It's fine. I'm not saying you did. He's just asking if you did. If you didn't, you can
Yeah,
say no.
I just feel like we were meant to look
It's
at the
this is like back to that video that Tommy posted where it's like when the DM asks you a question, everyone's like, I don't know, did we?
The answer
Well,
can
no,
be no.
Well, it is no. We didn't see anything weird that we noted.
Alright, fair enough. Just making sure.
I'm being
You probably
questioned
should
by a
mention
policeman
it.
and I don't like it.
Oh wait. Wasn't there like a bunch of guards that weren't guards there?
Well, the militia,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
they were like hired, guards, I suppose. So I wouldn't really call that suspicious,
Do you
especially
think
when
it's,
there's.
like fair to warn him about that?
I mean,
okay,
I
so
wouldn't
then
really call it
he had
suspicious.
guards.
Any idea who? Were they in uniform?
No.
No patches or anything?
I remember there would being a patch, but I don't remember what it was looking like or looked like. So I think Sherry is gonna have to tell us.
Was there?
I believe you mentioned that there was a patch on the uniform, like something.
I don't recall, and I
I
don't see it in my
think
notes.
she did mention that.
Okay.
Nope, I searched
When
for
they just
patch, and it went
described
straight
as
to patches. Whoops.
yeah, when they described as looking like the militia but not like the militia.
They're
Yeah,
described
Maybe
as
like
wearing
patchy.
mostly like leather armor, or some of them had like bits of plate mail on. Not like
Yeah.
full plate,
Okay.
but some of it.
Fair
Um,
enough.
Generally
I
not like adorned or dressed like any guards. Like any
Yeah, I feel like I
sigil.
remember. I feel like I remember that you said something along the lines of like they had patchy clothing, maybe. That's why I got confused.
I might
Um,
have said something about like one in particular being like more of a captain and having a patch or something. Dunno.
oh,
I
that
don't
could also be
remember.
the case. Like, I feel like it was something like that.
It's
But
gonna turn out he had an eye patch, and that's just gonna confuse everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, so Sven, we didn't really notice anything.
Alright. No worries. Just making sure. And this is everything? This book? What you've told me? Nothing else?
It was the only thing of note that I could find in the office.
Should we tell him about how oh my god, what's his name?
Xander,
Greg
General
Cole.
Xander.
No, the guy, Colt?
Sir
Cole.
Cole?
Cole.
Cole? I just had the biggest mental blank. That he wants to Alexander. Should we tell Sven?
I mean, yeah, well, okay, Sir Cole is obviously very keen to resolve the current situation, but he seems to believe that the easiest way to do that is to convince General Xander to go away. He has indicated that he is willing to help identify the suspects that were captured from the warehouse raid, if any of them were involved in the party, and who invited them or who they came with. So at least we have a little bit of common ground to work on there.
Right. Tell you what. I will have a word with Xander, and we'll see if we can work with Cole while I have my guys check this book. See if we can dig up anything solid on him. Hopefully we can resolve this one way or another.
Hopefully
I
peacefully.
suspect his patience will wear out fairly quickly.
Well, if nothing else, maybe we can buy some time and check off some names. Just while we figure this thing out. Before you all go, Zulil, can I have a word?
Yeah, sure. What's it about?
Just you.
Okay. Should the others be leaving then?
They can wait outside. Only be a
Phew.
minute.
Phew.
So as we're leaving, Faith will look back to Zilil and just wink at him and say, "Have fun."
I'm just gonna use mind link and go back or respond with I don't know.
Real creative.
I'm just gonna go ha 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 and yeah, leave it at that.
Have a seat.
And then yeah,
And
sorry.
he gestures to the seat across on the other side of the desk.
I sit down.
It's been a while since you worked with us. And you've done a lot of good work since then. You've done an awful lot to pay off your debt. You're almost there. I wanted to discuss your future. You're not getting anything for this. This isn't an official job. As far as the books will be concerned, a concerned citizen reported something about Cole. However, with everything you're doing and all the jobs you've done so far, you'll probably be paid off soon. So what's your plan? You sticking with this new group of yours? You want to rejoin the force? I think there's a place
For
there
now,
for you.
I think I'll stick with the group. As much as it might seem that we're at odds, they have helped me a lot, and I feel like I need to repay them. At least for a short while. And after that, who knows? I might return to Pale Hill. I might return, but for now, I'll stick with the group. Everything else is up to the gods.
He nods. They seem good for you. You've been on your own for a while, and frankly, I've been the only one looking out for you. I think it's about time you found some people who had your back. And more than that, you get more shit done with them.
Wow, okay. I didn't have to be so crude about it.
It's true. But seriously,
Nah,
find a
I
good
get
life
it.
for yourself. Even if not here, even if you go wandering off, even if you're trying to get caught up in this whole mess, don't get yourself killed. And I don't know, someday when this whole business is done, figure out what you want to do with your life.
yeah. I'll try and stay as safe as I can be, but you know this kind of line of work, not easy.
I do. And I've known a lot of people like you go down the wrong road or worse.
Yeah.
You're not a bad guy,
I'll
Zulil. You've done a lot. And I know you weren't guilty. I don't want to see you go the same way. Anyway, I'm not your boss. I can't tell you what to do. As far as I'm concerned, we just hire you. So, make your own way. He
I
kind
will.
of leans back in his chair again. It's basically all I had for you. Free to go.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I'll get up, offer him a handshake, and leave afterwards.
Okay, he shakes your hand and you head out. Alright, what do you all want to do? As Zulil leaves the office and rejoins you all.
What time is it?
I'm gonna check my watch.
Pretty late. Forget what time I said it was when you were arriving there.
I'm sure Solil remembers.
Yeah, Zulil, you checked the time. What time was it, Zulil? You
I
have it in
assume
your
it'd be
notes,
like
right?
bold of you to assume
Tommy
that I have
took-
notes.
I was gonna say, Tommy
important
takes
to you what
notes,
time
right?
it is. You would have taken notes, right, Tommy?
You're right.
I would assume that it'd be like around like 9 to 10 p.m. Like I believe that would be like that would make sense.
I think it was about 6 that you went to Cole's house. So, yeah, that would make sense. About 9 p.m.
Yeah. Almost got doing a reverse card.
I'll look at them. Waiting for the next move just to follow them.
I mean, I suggest we either go back to Fears and rest for the night, or we go straight to General Xander and tell him what's going on.
I don't think that is needed.
No, I mean, I suspect that Sven's gonna tell him what's going on.
Yeah, and it's not so urgent that we need to disturb him at this time of night, I don't think.
No. Let's rest for now. And we'll figure something out tomorrow.
Okay. And you're staying at Fia's?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Can I grab a bite of food before we like go back to Lady Fia's?
There's food at Fia's, but you know.
I doubt it would be made though, because obviously Fia and everyone else went to Cold State for dinner, so I feel like there wouldn't be anything prepared.
You can take a detour to like a market or something, but it is like 9 p.m.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that. Zalel's gonna starve.
You have like rations. You don't have to starve.
When you keep trying to bribe people with them.
That's what they're for bribing, not for eating.
Definitely.
Like, no one accepted it.
No, the miner did. Back at the start in the cavern.
I mean, did they accept it, or did they just look at it like,
Yeah, I
thanks,
just gave
I
it to
guess?
them.
They ate it, and therefore they accepted it. Matter is closed. No, but I'll eat one of the shitty rations then. No actual food.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
this
like
is not
sawdust.
actual food, right? Like, come on.
It's just like sawdust and a bit of wheat in it.
oh.
I mean, plastic.
It's just like spoons, like old spoons.
Wait, you're
Just a lot
eating
of
the
spoons.
No, I believe.
it turns out
Wooden spoon for
Still
extra
Lil's the
nutrition.
one that's eating the spoons.
Are they antique spoons?
No.
Are they silver?
No. Okay, anyway, you head back up to Fia's, and you have your rooms for the night. However, when Fia gets in, she kind of goes off to the living room for a bit. Gets a glass of something strong and kind of sits down for a bit.
That reminds me of Faith.
When she was like depressed.
Yes.
What are you all doing? Going straight to bed or chatting or like what's the plan?
I'm gonna feed LJ and have a little play with her.
Okay.
Cool.
And give LG a little bit of like, jerky or something, and he's warming up to you. He's like, no, he sits on your shoulder. He doesn't cause too much of a fuss. But like when you start playing with him, he gets like a lot more energetic. He kind of like pounces around and goes a little bit zoomy.
That's
Hell yeah.
cute.
He's like
How-
at one
how's-
point he's like running and tries to stop and then like tumbles over his paws and like rolls back over.
Does it go faster than a normal cat?
That's cute.
It's pretty quick, but like so are normal cats. So, you know.
Well, like, it has like 2 more legs.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean faster.
Yeah,
It
more
would
legs
look
is
faster
Oh,
because of the whole displacer beast effect.
wait, that's a thing?
I
Yeah.
mean, it could like displace in front of it.
Yeah. So it would look like it's moving faster if it wanted to, but
Yo, Sumi cat.
Cat.
But like
I
they
kinda-
are natural predators, so it's pretty good at like balancing and whatnot. But it's only a kitten.
Speed. I kind of wanna sit next to Lamb again before going to bed.
Oh, hi.
But I kind of assumed someone wanted to talk to Fia or something before that. But I guess not.
I was assuming that Tori would want to talk to Lady Fear, but if Tori doesn't want to, then Faith will.
Wait, why assume I do?
Because you kind of care about it.
Because she's like your patron, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Lady Fear.
Like, you had no plans to at all, but now it's like, oh well, I guess I have to.
It's like she's clearly not doing great. Why don't you go talk to your patron? And it's just like, I'm gonna play with my cat.
Yeah, that's important too.
Yeah, I'm sure she understands.
Look, I didn't get much sleep last night. Give me a break. Yes, I would like to go and converse with my mentor.
Why did you say it like that?
My mentor.
I would like to
She's
go
been
and
bullied into
converse with my
chatting.
mentor.
That was so posh.
Yeah, Lady Fear is rubbing off on me.
Ah, of course.
You go downstairs and into the living room, and she's just kind of slouched, having a drink. I think this is probably the first time you've ever seen her like slouch, ever. She's just got like a nice glass of something.
I'll just take a seat next to her.
Evening.
Evening. How are you holding up?
I can't say Cole is good company, and that was more stressful than it needed to be. Can't say I've had an absence of stress lately.
Is there something else going on?
Well, let's see. First of all, an attack, and a close friend of mine kidnapped. Then it turns out there's some organization that is trying to become a dead god, and then we have to deal with Cole, and I'm having to run the entire city while also curbing Xander's impulses and keeping the entire city balanced. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
there's
that
a
sounds like a
riot
lot.
ongoing. Some days I wish I could
Yeah.
retire.
Yeah, it seems like you take on a lot for the people around here.
Yes, and it's not just around here. I've had signals from the Knights of Ether. There's various jobs in the Pale to be done. There's attacks on outer villages that they would like me to deal with, or someone else, but I'm the closest. So obviously the responsibility falls on me, because I don't have enough of those.
Could we possibly help you with those?
I believe you have business in King's Rest coming up. Maybe if you can handle one or two on the way. But
I mean,
you
I'm
have
sure-
more pressing matters. Don't go out of your way for it.
I mean, I'm sure everyone would be happy to help, if we can manage it. You've done a lot for us. I think it's the least we could do.
If you would like to assist me, There is a matter that needs dealing with in one of the villages. In the Pale. Actually, this one may be on your way. It's not far from the border to King's Realm. Something or other about bandits, ransacking a village or taking ransom. It seems fairly standard. I'm told, though, that they have more going on. Some sort of magical weapons or something, hence it falls under my purview. On top of simply being within the Pale, which is my jurisdiction.
Okay, well, yeah, we can definitely look into it. See what we can find, see if we can solve anything.
I would greatly appreciate it.
Of
I do
course, think
appreciate
it's the
you,
least
you
we can
know.
do.
All of you. We haven't known
Oh.
each other long, and you're certainly an odd bunch. But I likely couldn't have done this all on my own. And
Well,
even if I got me back by myself, I don't know if you could have made the trip all the way down to the Vitia Tundra and back while everything here goes topsy-turvy. I would have had to manage 101 things while being absent. It would have been near impossible. I really can't thank you enough.
I mean, you've done a lot for us too, and I'm glad we've been able to be a help to each other.
And I'm afraid the burden doesn't lighten from here. I'm doing what I can and my responsibilities, but you're taking on quite a lot of your own.
Yeah, it's part of the job, I guess.
Yeah,
We
this
just
was
wanna.
not a job you had until I hired you for it.
That's what we do, though. We get hired for jobs.
I can't help but think I've brought you into this mess, though.
No, don't think like that. We're more than happy to help. I know we also don't want to see whatever it is they're planning to do come to fruition. So, yeah, I hope we can solve this.
Don't know for certain what's going to happen if they succeed.
Sounds scary, though.
It does. I'm certain whatever it is, it won't be good. Frankly, I'm sure the gods could handle it if they needed to, but I worry we'll have another shattering on our hands.
It would be absolutely devastating.
You don't know the half of it.
And I hope I never do.
Frankly, even I don't. I was told stories when I was younger. People who were around during the time. It was before myself. But not my mentors. Not those who trained me.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like something any of us would want to experience. If you don't mind me asking,
Yes?
why is it that you take on so much by yourself?
That is a difficult question to answer, and a rather long story. One that I'm happy to tell if you'd like to hear it, but
I'd love to if you don't mind sharing.
I suppose I'll start at the beginning. I
Sure.
joined the Knights of Veta an awfully long time ago now. They took me in and trained me. As I mentioned, I had a lot of mentors who were around during the most turbulent times. following the shattering, there were threats of all kinds, especially magical in nature, ones from other planes, literally from the hells and back. The Knights of Vetter was quite an ancient order, but at the time they were rather religious in nature. Eventually, the Sanguine Knights, after the Sanguine Prince's ascension, attacked our headquarters and wiped out most of us. I ended up taking on much of the mantle, trying to rebuild things. I was still young at the time, but I wasn't the only one. And I certainly wasn't in charge, but my seniority, having been there for so long, since, frankly, before it was... well, since before we were rebuilt, meant that I had quite a lot of say in how it was rebuilt and in doing so. I guess I've just been taking on responsibility from that. I ended up in quite an important position and eventually left, came here. Not so much left the order, just travelled away, found other places that needed my help. I came here for just... It was fairly routine, a little out of our way, but some magical threat that we needed to deal with, so I came to deal with it. I found there were more people who needed my help. So I stayed, and I helped. And I found that never ended. Even if the threats weren't magical in nature, there was always someone in need of help, something that needed doing, something that could be improved, and I felt like I had a duty to improve it. I got to the position I'm in through a lot of time and a lot of doing what I can. And all this wealth, this mana, everything else, everything I've paid you, it doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from many years of doing these jobs and helping people out and acting much like yourselves. But I'm worn down by the amount I've taken on and the positions I found myself in. I've went from a warrior to a politician. That's something I never really wanted to be. Nonetheless, it all serves my goal. To help people as best I can. These days that's difficult though.
Sounds like you've had quite the life.
Honestly, I have stories upon stories. Villains and mages and magical creatures and all kinds of encounters. You'll find your own, I'm sure.
Yeah, it looks like that's all the journey I'm heading on to.
It's not an easy one. I
Do
worry...
you regret it?
No, I wouldn't say I regret it. But I worry that this life only ends in one of two ways. You either fall, or you end up like me, finding other ways to help. And finding you're no longer the person you used to be.
Yeah, I imagine that sort of life would change you.
One never really
Over and over
retires
again.
from this. I look at Slepny. He was never a great mage, not in the sense of casting spells and taking down evils and whatnot. He was always more studious, a professor. But he grows old and weary. And all his discoveries and all his knowledge and everything he's ever learned, it puts a great burden on him. And even he, in his old age, feels like he can't retire. Always feels like there's more to do. Young people to teach, new things to discover, things to put an end to. I feel like we're the same. He's a kindred spirit.
Sounds like you both feel like you have a lot of responsibility.
So will you. So will you.
Well, I hope I could do half the job you've done.
I see potential in you. More than you know. You are talented. More than I was when I first signed up with the Knights of Vether. I
That
was
is-
not but a whelp, with only some minor skill to my name. And you, with very little training, have already figured out some of the ways of the arcane. And you'll do more.
That is a
You'll go
huge
somewhere.
compliment coming from you.
You have a lot to learn, though.
Thank
And I would recommend you learn to defend yourself better. You are perhaps good at casting spells and dealing damage, but I worry that if someone were to close the distance, you likely wouldn't put up much of a fight in close range.
It is a fear that I have.
I don't mean any offense.
No, none taken. I'm aware.
I would offer to train you, but with everything going on, I don't think we have the time for lessons.
Well, that's fair enough. Maybe there will be a time in the future where you'll be able to spare some time.
I'd like that.
I am lucky that I have a very competent team with me, and they look after me well.
I agree. Despite being part of an order, I've not always had people have my back. I've, of course, had people I could fall back on, people I could return to, people I could even call family. But many of the jobs I've done on my own. It's difficult.
That's crazy. I don't think I could imagine doing that on my own. What we've done.
The amount of times I've almost gotten killed. I have my fair share of scars.
Could only imagine. It must have been terrifying.
I don't think you ever get used to it. I know I seem fearless. I know I'm used to many things and can take on many threats, but that feeling of being trapped on your own, when everything goes wrong and all your plans fall apart, that's the part that never stops being scary.
Yeah, I don't think that's something you could get used to.
I'm feeling that right now,
Oh.
a little. Not that I'm on my
If-
own, but everything I have to manage, and it's all falling apart.
I'm sure you will figure it all out. And we're here to help in any way we can. Me especially.
The city will one day have to live on without me. And I'm worried what will
That-
happen then, with people like Sir Cole in charge. I worry that there won't be a moral compass left to Pale.
Is there not someone you trust you can fucking words. So not someone you trust to take the reins from you when your time does come to retire?
Not really. I don't have a lot of young friends. Slepney is an invaluable confidant, but he's even older than I. And I fear he has even less years. And
I mean,
Captain Sven is probably getting close to his own retirement, and frankly has his plate already full. And I wouldn't put this burden on yourselves.
yeah, I mean, I would be happy to offer, but I can't even tell you where I will be in a year's time.
I think I need to begin future-proofing this city. Not that I have any idea how.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.
You're already doing far too much.
I'm doing far less than you. I'm sure I can take on a little bit more.
Don't overburden yourself. It's the downfall
I wouldn't
fall
find
of
it a
us all.
burden. I think you're doing pretty alright considering.
Perhaps have a word with Xander. I think he can take you to King's Rest. And maybe you can make some stops along the way.
Is it a good idea to take Xander out of the city right now?
I think he wants to be done with his business here as much as anyone. And with any luck, what we've dug up on the coal will be enough for Captain Sven to deal with him. And I think I can keep
Captain
things...
Sven?
Well, I think I can keep things pinned down for now. Xander wasn't here before, and I'll manage without him.
Yeah, that's
If anything, things have got more complicated with him.
Okay. I mean, I haven't been here, so I don't know, but if you think that's fine, then that's what we'll do.
Thank you, Ori.
And thank you, Lady Fia.
You should get some rest now.
Yeah, it's been a long night.
It has.
Thank you for sharing with me your story.
I appreciate you coming and talking with me. Good night.
Good night.
Meanwhile, Faith. You wanted to do a certain something?
Mhm.
You plan on sneaking out and speaking to Vermilion?
God
I mean, I
damn it!
wasn't gonna just like throw it out there. I was just gonna wait for her to wake up and be like, "Where's Faith gone?" But okay.
Well, this seems like a roleplay opportunity, doesn't it?
I wasn't planning on role playing anything.
I didn't mean like you're gonna fucking roleplay the sexy times. I just meant like gonna.
I'm just saying there was
knock on your door?
an invitation there, and Faith is gonna take her up on it.
Okay.
Should you just leaving without telling anyone?
I really want to see if I can roll if I notice or not. I was a
roll
little
stealth
noticed
for
or
me,
not.
Faith, and roll perception, Zulil.
So you're actually just hiding it.
Okay, so that's 13.
What am I supposed to roll?
Perception.
Perception.
Perception. Oh, 26. I rolled a 19 and a +7, so
Faith, what was your stealth?
13. Yeah, like not exactly built for stealth.
Zulil, you notice Faith getting ready to go back out as everyone's kind of getting ready for bed.
I'm just gonna like use Mind Link. Where are you off to?
I'm just gonna go visit a friend.
A friend, you say? Okay. Should Tori know about this?
I mean, she's welcome to come along. I just don't think she's ready for that yet.
I see. Well, have fun, I guess. Your secret's safe with me. But I'm kind of like gonna tap her on the shoulder and be like, "Don't do that again with what you did with Sven." Okay?
What?
What?
The winking
I-
is what I'm referring
I promise to never wink at you ever again.
to. No, you know what I mean. What you
Okay,
imply.
I promise to never wish you have fun ever again.
Right, we're sorry. Fine. If you want to play like that, play like that. But hurry up. Don't stay out too late, okay?
Mother thought that was the point, but I'll see you in the morning.
Make sure to get before anyone wakes up.
I'll see you in the morning.
Fine. Go off, have fun. Good luck.
So, you head off to her manor, and she's a little surprised to see you at first, but quite quickly welcomes you in. And I don't think we need to go in detail about the night's proceedings.
I mean, we can.
Tori would like to know.
Tori's gonna be so upset if she finds that.
But I assume you guys have fun.
Yeah, I think that's a fairly
Do you
safe
mean they're
assumption.
playing Monopoly?
Capitalism in my wholesome Christian game?
Do you mean they're playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Having a little one-on-one
It's time to
role-playing
slay the dragon.
session, you know? So, Clue, you said you wanted to sit with Lamb for a bit?
Yeah. I sit.
Oh, hi.
Oh. I would like to hear something.
Here's something?
Mm. Tell me a story, Lamb.
A story?
Mm.
What kind of story? A bedtime story?
A story.
Oh. Okay. Let me just see. I think I do have a story. A story I can tell that would make sense for Lamb. Let me see. Where is this? Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Do you know about the Fate Stitcher?
No.
She kind of sits you down on her lap and starts like going through your hair, combing out some of the dirt and whatnot. As she like tells you this.
I'm just staring right in her eyes. Without blinking.
The Fate Stitcher is a triple goddess. She's known for taking the form of the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And she guides the fate of all living beings. One time, the trickster god, Tish, caused quite a stir for her. Tish likes to mess around with the other gods, and they were plucking at and desecrating the tapestries that the Fate Stitcher weaves, altering the fates of mortals.
Oh no.
They're causing an awful lot of havoc in the world. The Fate Stitcher grew frustrated with Tish, believing that they were destroying the balance of the world by changing the fate of mortals. One day, Fate Stitcher approached Tish and demanded they stop interfering with her work. Tish, mischievous and proud, refused to back down. The two argued, their voices echoing across the plains. Finally, Fate Stitcher challenged Tish to a contest. She would weave a tapestry of fate for a mortal, and Tish would have the chance to change it as they pleased. Tish accepted the challenge, eager to prove their dominance. Fate Stitcher selected a mortal, a young hunter named Kyle, and wove his fate into the tapestry of infinity. Tish, confident in their power, stole the Fate Stitcher's scissors and cut away the threads of fate, then re-wove them to their liking. But the Fate Stitcher was not so easily defeated. She wove Kyle's fate once more, and Tish cut it away again. This went on for days, with the Fate Stitcher and Tish locked in an eternal struggle for control over the fate of one mortal. As time went on, however, Tish began to see the beauty in the Fate Stitcher's work. They came to understand the delicate balance that she maintained, and the importance of each thread in the tapestry of fate. Slowly, they began to weave their own threads into the tapestry, working alongside the Fate Stitcher to create a more intricate and balanced web of fate. From that day forward, Tish learned not to meddle so much in the fates of mortals, but imparted their cunning and guile into a select few who could change the world.
Oh. What happened to the hunter?
I'm not really sure. I think they certainly lived an interesting life, being swayed this way and that, their fate cut and rewoven over and over, for days on end. I imagine it was quite the adventure.
Is everyone's fate just in a tapestry?
Kind of. The Fate Stitcher doesn't exactly make the fate of mortals. She just foresees it and then weaves it. If you could see her tapestry, you would see all of history, every life, every mortal, every thread. I imagine it's quite beautiful.
No one sees it?
Not many people visit the Fate Stitcher. At least, not these days.
I would like to see it.
Maybe one day.
Do you think we are one of those important ones?
I think no matter what, we're part of something bigger. I don't think the tapestry would be the same without your thread.
My guess. I'm sure some threads are shinier. Yes.
I'm sure they are.
Then I lay down.
Okay.
Thank you,
No problem.
Doesn't sleep.
Ari, do you think you'd be back from your conversation with Fia yet?
Probably.
Okay. After Clue's been laid down for a little while, Lamb comes over to you. Could I borrow the sending paper?
Sure.
It'll refresh in the morning, so I want to do this tonight rather than using them up for tomorrow.
Sure. Is everything okay?
Yeah. I just want to call home, I guess.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Thanks.
No problem.
She takes the paper and heads outside the room for a bit. Eventually comes back in and hands the paper back to you. She looks a little sad.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Everything's good.
I give her a hug.
She wraps her arms around you gently.
So fluffy.
So fluffy.
If you want to talk or anything, I'm always here.
It's okay. Everything's fine. Really.
Okay. Why don't you get some rest?
I'll do that. Have a good night.
You too. I go to bed.
Okie dokie. With that, is there any other conversations anyone wants to have for the night or any last things anyone wants to do before we end the night and end the session?
No. Actually, the lock. I wanna lockpick the lock, the training lock.
Okay. Didn't you already get your proficiency? You're just like, I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
practicing.
Yeah,
Just for funsies.
you know,
Okay.
you gotta get the time around like some way, and you know, you can never have to have enough practice.
You could sleep.
But if I'm not tired yet, doesn't really make sense.
Okay.
Right then. In that case, I guess we'll end it here. Got quite a lot done today, and some interesting conversations at the end there. So, we will be back, hopefully in a couple weeks. Hopefully, if everyone's feeling up to it and no one's busy. Same time, same place. Friday at about 9 p.m. British time.
About. Let's say 9:30, right?
Usually about past, yeah. But yes, hopefully we see you guys there. Thank you all for joining, and thank you all for being here and playing the game with me.
No, you.
Thank you, Sherry.
Ah, it's fun playing D&D.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yes.
Well, we will see you all next time. Bye-bye,
GG.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
GG.
GG.
GG's everyone.
GG.
GG's.